Hi, and welcome to the 2021 Economic Depression and Preparation Channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday, Hump Day, March 3rd, 2021. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and tell your friends and neighbors that Preach to Me is the pure, unadulterated, 100% financial news channel for the United States and sometimes abroad as well. Today, we're going to be talking about two things in Pacific: the rising food prices in all of these grocery stores, from Walmart to Target to Aldi's to Sam's and Costco and everywhere else in between. And we're also going to be talking about a little bit, touching on the jobless numbers that are going to be coming out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And also, I just want to let you know a caveat that next month I will be improving my presentation. I have a new video software, and so I'm learning it and just still trying to play around with it. So hopefully we can get that in coming up in the next month. But anyway, it's good to be back with you guys. Let's get right into it. Walmart says it will support U.S. manufacturers with $350 billion of added business. This is according to a CNBC report by Ms. Melissa Repko. Walmart is plans to spend $350 billion on products made, assembled, or grown in the U.S. over the next decade. The key word is over the next decade. Well, it's a little bit too much too late, because Walmart and other big multinational U.S. companies have already shipped the jobs over to China, Singapore, Thailand, Korea, Japan, etc. for the last 25 to 30 years. And so now it's going to take at least 10 years to bring the jobs back. But we got a problem, because we have to go through this depression, first of all. And this U.S. depression is going to take 10 years minimum. Some people say 15 years to fully recover, because we've never recovered from the 2008 financial crisis. As you know, they've tried to paper it over it, print up a bunch of money, and it's not working. And so now we're back in the same boat here. But this time we're going to actually go through this depression, although it's going to, on the surface, it's going to look like things are picking up this year in the beginning because of the quote unquote vaccine hopes and the quote unquote stimulus package that everybody's banking on right now. So Walmart is launching a program to bring together stakeholders such as suppliers and government officials to discuss how to eliminate barriers and increase U.S. manufacturing. Now, nearly 2/3 of Walmart's current assortment of products is made, assembled, or grown in the U.S. as of the most recent fiscal year, according to a company spokesman. Now, Walmart is the largest retailer by revenue, obviously. They're usually known as a small business killer in a lot of small towns, rural small towns, because once Walmart comes in, people forget about downtown and Main Street and they go straight to Walmart because, theoretically they have everything. And you can even get your car service there. You can get your oil change, and you can get your groceries and do everything you need to do. Get to pick up your prescriptions. It's all in one place. Hey, I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying. So they're pledging this money now. Now, just imagine, guys, if they're able to give $350 billion over 10 years, how much money are they making per year? At least double or triple that. They're making $900 billion. So, of course, they can give away $350 billion over 10 years. That's the key word. That's the contract. And who's to say they may have the products made in America, but the jobs are not going to be here. So that's not going to create any additional jobs for Americans. $35 billion a year of products is not going to help Americans. Low wage jobs, making at Walmart, making what, $10, $12 an hour, if that. That's not going to help the employment situation. Now, I want to show you the employment numbers here. If I can get it pulled up here, let's see here. Bear with me one moment here. I'm going to show you here. Here we go. The employment numbers in the United States. If you look, this year we have, according to this official statistics, we have 150 million people who are eligible to work in the United States of America. Now, we have 40 million unemployed. So you do the math. There's 150 million people who are eligible to work in the United States, but we have 40 million people unemployed. So let's do the math here. Let's roughly say 40 divided by 150. Let's get a percentage of that for you really quick here. I just want to show you something. That's about 27% of the population that's unemployed. Now, the numbers that Fed Chair Jerome Powell told you was what, 6.3%. But even he admitted last week on CNN that the unemployment rate, in his mind, is at 10 to 12%. But in our mind, it's at 27%. According, even shadowstats.org is saying the real unemployment rate is at 22%. And of course, we only have about 335 million people total in the United States, including men, women, children, etc. Now, food prices continue to rise. Why consumers should expect bigger grocery bills? Man, every time I can go to any store, and all these discount stores, Costco, Sam's, Walmart, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, you name it, I get the same items, and I swear it's 2 to 5% higher every single month. Now, guys, the U.S. Department of Agriculture forecasts an increase of 2 to 3% for food prices this year, compared with a 20-year historical average increase of 2.4%. It's going to be higher. Get ready for food prices to go up 5 to 6%, not even counting natural disasters. As you know, we're heading into severe weather season next month with tornadoes, April, May, and June. We're heading into hurricane season in May and June. It could get really, really high for food, water, any disposable goods. And that's why I advise you guys to stock up on seeds, heirloom seeds, learn how to grow a garden. Even if you're in an apartment or a townhouse or some kind of other living situation, you can still, on your patio, grow a garden. Rich people are doing it. People on the news are doing it. People in the media, average people, everybody's doing it because they know that food is going to be the next thing to go up, and it's going to become so expensive. Food and gas are going to be inflated. Everything else is going to be deflated. Deflation is coming to everything else except food and gas, and that means it's going to become scarce. Food prices in 2020 increased by 3.9%, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Prices for the food at home category, where the buyers to consumer, also climbed by 3.9% last year. So, if you have to take a course, I didn't know everything about gardening. I took a course in horticulture, and sustainability, so I can learn more because I don't know everything about gardening. I tried, confession, I planted a garden last year. Some things came out and some things didn't. Most of my peppers and my potatoes, I did good with peppers, potatoes, tomatoes. That's the three things I did good in. But I did bad in some of the spices like thyme, oregano. I did bad in that, and I did bad in some of the other things like carrots, zucchini, and stuff like that. That didn't. Oh, and onions. That didn't come out. Yellow and green onions. That didn't come out like I thought. So I had to go back and learn from others who know about this stuff, so that this year, this growing season, I can be better prepared to have a better yield. Because remember, it takes months for this thing to come to. It takes at least 2 or 3 months to reap a harvest. So it's not like you're gonna put an apple seed in the ground and get apples the next year. It takes years for some of these fruit trees, avocado trees, to potatoes, tomatoes. It takes a couple of months for this to actually yield a harvest. So that's why you have to start right now preparing, because these commodities are going to continue to rise. Metals are rising. Platinum, corn and soybean prices are higher, and this is not counting any floods that are going to be happening in the Midwest because of snow melt or anything like that. Corn futures climbed by nearly 25%. Wheat was up almost 15%, and soybeans rose more than 37%. Listen, the U.S. is outsourcing most of the food. Doesn't come from the U.S. We know it comes from other countries like Mexico and South America, or your bananas and all that, your cocoa beans and all that come from Ethiopia and Africa. So it's possible that we can have food shortages coming to America. And matter of fact, we will have food shortages coming to America once this economy implodes even further, and people realize that there's not going to be any new normal with the vaccines. So get prepared now, ladies and gentlemen. We're just in the beginning stages, third innings of this collapse, and you can see why things are going to continue to increase here. Have a plan, make a plan. It's not going to be perfect. Listen, it takes years to prepare for this kind of magnitude of a collapse, because I've never seen it in my lifetime. I'm sure you guys have never seen it in a lifetime, and there's very few of us who've actually lived through a Great Depression back in the 1920s and stuff like that. So, but continue to prepare. Don't lose hope. Don't lose despair. The good news is, hey, we may be getting another stimulus check, $1,400. That's great news. We're still alive. We're blessed. We have food on our table. I know I ate, I think, a pretty good, decent meal today, rice and beans. No complaints here, so we're doing pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to me today. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you for the next video. Be blessed. Take care, guys.